Hello, hello, hello. Hey, I just wanted to come to you today. Are you thinking about moving to the Denton County area, just north of Dallas and Fort Worth? And you just really want to get away from the big city, or you just really like the area of North Texas? Well, stay tuned. I'm going to tell you all about what sellers are doing right now when they're selling their house and great tips for them. So stay tuned. Okay, so now I'm going to go over 4 tips about selling your house, and then number 1 mistake sellers are making. So first is going to be number 1 mistake sellers are making is overpricing their house. I'll talk about that. Then second is pricing is based on what the seller wants to make, not what it's worth. And third is pricing high to leave room for negotiation. So I'll go over all those tips. So today, in today's market, what do you think is the biggest problem that sellers are having when they're selling their house? I'll tell you what it is. The number 1 mistake sellers are making when they're selling their house is overpricing their house. So what we want to think about is we are in a housing market where critical mistakes, you don't want to make them. And you don't want to leave your house sitting on the market for longer than it should be. So typically when you price your home and you don't price it right from the get-go, there are going to be price reductions, things going down, and even maybe somebody looking at your house and going, because it's been on the market so long, what's wrong with that house? Like, I don't understand. And so then eventually you're going to have a price drop, right? So how about price it right from the beginning, and then if you price it right or just under what just right is, then you may even get a multiple offer situation. One thing we've seen from Realtor.com this year specifically is that the number of price reductions have increased month after month, and that's from Realtor.com. So, I mean, in the thousands and thousands and thousands of price reductions. Like before, back in 22, people were trying to get a house as quick as they could and get it snapped up. We are not in that market anymore. So now buyers are having a little bit more negotiation and wiggle room, and we just need to cooperate and try to work through that situation. But no, if you overprice your house, that you may be set up for a price reduction, and then that doesn't look as good. Secondly, sellers price their house based on what they want to make, not on what it's worth. So if you say, well, I've put this much into it and I've had to pay this, tax and do all this, and you add up everything you've ever spent on that house, and the real estate agent says, well, here's what the comps are, and I want to show you, then those numbers may not match. So make sure you're listening to your agent about what the value of your house is. What's that sweet spot? You want to profit, but you don't want to overprice. So size, condition, features are all going to factor into that. Location, actually, too. They always say location, location, location. And that is true for houses too, right? If they're in that right area, that right school zone, that right place, then that is going to sell quicker than other houses. Or, sometimes there's a neighborhood people are waiting to get into, but there's always surrounding neighborhoods too. But if you ever see a house come up in that neighborhood, let me know, right? So you do have those too. And I think you need to pay attention to that price based on what it's worth, not what you want to make. Third, price high to leave room for negotiation. No, because here's the thing. If you price it high and you want to have wiggle room in there, chances are your house is going to be sitting on the market longer than it should, and you're going to have to bring that price down, right? So then people are going to try to negotiate more, and that makes it even harder for that negotiation. So house is priced right, you have the supporting documents for that, then that is great for everybody involved. Your agent will be able to show the CMA or the comps they used to come up with the list price for your house, and that's a good thing. Okay, bottom line is overpricing your home can have serious consequences, especially in this market where we don't really, we kind of have a higher interest rate than what we're used to, and interest rates have gone down slightly. We're waiting for September to see if, there will be a reduction in the interest rate, but right now, you don't want to overprice your home or make it higher than what it's actually worth. A knowledgeable real estate agent will help you and offer you a great perspective on this, an in-depth market knowledge, and strategic price approach to pricing. So let's connect so you don't have any of these mistakes.